Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are finally back with another video. This time, we're going to be doing misconceptions about the Netherlands. Yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting. I don't know, what do you like?
Yeah, I don't really know.
Because you
Uh
hear about certain, like some stuff about the Netherlands. I don't know if it's a misconception or like,
yeah, I have no idea what.
well, I know the coffee shops, like the Amsterdam. I've always known about Amsterdam even before I knew anything about the Netherlands.
Mhm.
I heard about that and then like the red light district kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I guess that's probably the only thing I've knew. I mean, wooden clogs, I guess, is a thing, but
And water, the water
yeah.
issues.
But you didn't know about the water issues until you started learning about the Netherlands.
Right.
So before that, it would just been the, you know what I mean, like the coffee shops or like the like stuff with Amsterdam. That's all I
Mhm.
knew about it.
Yeah.
But anyways, this this video just came out like a little over an hour ago, actually, and it's by a channel called Buncharted. So yeah, I don't know if Buncharted. I don't know if I pronounced that right or not, but anyways, that's the channel, and there will be a link in the description section down below. It says American expats in the Netherlands, so I guess they must live there. So
Yeah, we'll check it out.
actually, start it this way.
What comes to mind when you ask an American about the Netherlands? Or ask them about Dutch people? Do they think all Dutch wear clogs? Or does a map of the Netherlands look like this to them? Today, we're counting down the top 6 misconceptions Americans have about the Netherlands.
Because it said
And we're
Amsterdam.
calling
Yeah.
out our friends and family. Let's hope they don't watch this video.
As Americans living in the Netherlands, when you tell someone that you live in the Netherlands, you sometimes will get some interesting and inaccurate ideas about what the Netherlands is. So we thought we'd put together a little list of the top misconceptions that we've heard about living in the Netherlands. The Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
Some things I always thought about the Netherlands were that everybody smokes pot. Prostitution is very common. Everybody rides a bike to work, to school, to the prostitutes.
So, the first thing that I
You know,
To-
before, yeah. So what we were just talking about, that's pretty much the same thing, right? Weed, this and that. The bikes, I didn't know about the bikes until I started learning about the Netherlands.
yeah, before I even started all of this, the only thing I thought about was people in Amsterdam smoking weed and partying.
Right, right. And you know what I've learned is that it's actually not it like it's actually more like the regular people that's not so touristy, like in just the regular part of the country. It's not as common for them to just be like stoners and and just sit around and
Right.
smoke a lot.
Right.
It's not like what our image is. We just hear about the Amsterdam thing and the cannabis cup. You know what I mean?
Well, it's also been legalized there for how long?
Oh, I don't even know. Well, it's not
It
even.
seems like it's been forever.
It's not technically illegal. It's like
Mm.
a. It's. I think it's only legal to sell it in the coffee shops or something. It's not legal to buy it anywhere, so it's like a loophole. So like, where are they buying it from?
Okay.
I don't think it's legal to grow it necessarily. I don't know. They have like a thing where they tolerate. They just kind of like tolerate it and look the other way as long as you're not being dumb about it. I think. But yeah, she's gonna tell us about how they don't smoke. It's not as common. Like they smoke, but it's not like
Huge thing.
right. Exactly.
posted on Instagram, I said, when you hear about the Netherlands, what are some of the first things that come to your mind? And I got some interesting responses. So the one that I heard most commonly was drugs. Secondly, tulips. Wooden shoes
Yeah.
was also very common, as well as
Did you see
canals.
the,
And randomly, someone asked if we could adopt them so they could live here with us.
Uh,
I seen stroop waffles on the list and like a bunch of tulips. I
Yep.
seen like tulips, stroop, and then of course said drugs. But
So I got Amsterdam, weed and prostitutes, canals, free healthcare, and highly paid teachers and reasonably paid doctors.
why did he skip over house hunters? It says house hunters right there. He didn't read that part off. Do you notice that?
yeah, what does that mean?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Let us know down below if you know what that actually means.
So let's set them straight.
First
You
up,
look like you didn't know.
not every city
See
in
the
the
way you show.
Netherlands has canals. There's this idea that every Dutch city has a ton of canals like Amsterdam does. And while most Dutch cities do have them, even the more modern ones like Rotterdam, it's nowhere near the level like Amsterdam or even Utrecht. And I would wager to guess that if an American were to visit some of those cities outside of the main ones, they might be surprised at how few canals they actually see.
I think a lot of
There you go. You're all about water, and you're like, you don't like what I mean? Water kind of weirds you out and stuff, right? We're talking about maybe possibly moving to the Netherlands in the future. There you go. Because see, like on that side over by Amsterdam, they're closer to the ocean and everything. So they have a lot more canals, you know what I mean, to
Right.
help with like the flood control and all that. So the closer you get in this way, maybe towards Germany or, you know what I mean? We got a map. Well, I don't have the Netherlands map up, but yeah. So there you go. That would set you more at ease, anyways. There's less,
Yeah,
you know.
for sure.
the cities do have canals. And
Yeah.
Rotterdam has canals too. But
Yeah.
just like when you walk around Amsterdam, it's like every block is a canal.
Yeah, you
Should
see
we, like,
you have
Jennifer
so many
Aniston?
bridges.
And the canal tours. Next up, there's this idea that in the Netherlands, you'll never see a car because everyone rides a bike. Many people in the United States believe that most of the Netherlands is bike dependent, and when you visit the country, you're going to rarely see a car. In fact, there are some YouTube channels that sort of make people believe that. But the reality is you see a lot of cars. Even in cities like Den Haag and Den Bosch, you'll generally see just as many, if not more, cars than bikes. When reading more about car ownership in the Netherlands, it's interesting to learn that it's actually gone up quite a bit in the 2000s. For example, in 1992, about 32% of households were car-free, and in 2016, that dropped to 25%. And I think even for us, we were surprised about how
More
many people asked us about our car expenses and our cost of living video, because we don't have a car, and we're not planning to get a car. It's just one of the reasons we lived in the Netherlands.
Yeah, it was one of our main motivations for moving.
Yeah, so
That's interesting to me though, because it says that like the car use has been rising more, more so in the recent years or whatever. So like that's crazy because like the car, they started becoming like less car dependent and more like trying to incorporate like the bikes into the equation like into the 70s I think it was. So like you figure it's like what 50 some years ago, and then now they're starting to like some of them are drifting back towards
A
the
lot
cars
of
again.
a lot of videos I did see, they always have said there's like so many more bikes than cars.
A lot of yeah, that's what I've always heard too in a lot of the videos. But he did just say like some of the channels would suggest. So maybe that's the channels we saw. Maybe they're just
maybe.
more. Yeah, let us know, guys. What do you feel about it, right?
it is a pretty car-dependent country, surprisingly, and I think there's still a lot of people here that have an expectation that you own a car. But the reality is you don't have to, and a lot of people do ride bikes. Just they're still cars.
Okay, now, is Holland the Netherlands?
I don't know, is it?
Is it just another name for the Netherlands?
I don't know, is it?
Or is it another country entirely? Answer me. Why are
You
you
know,
answering
I used to
me?
I don't
think
know.
that too.
I think
that
these
was
are
just
probably
Holland.
valid questions a lot of Americans might ask when you tell them to explain the difference between the two. And to be honest, I didn't actually know where Holland was within the Netherlands before we decided to move here.
Did you know it was in the Netherlands?
I don't think I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was just another name for it.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
what
like
I
some
thought, too.
countries might have, like the United States and America, people tend to use those
Sure.
names interchangeably. Maybe I thought it was that.
Yeah.
But to clear things up, Holland is a part of the Netherlands. It's actually 2 of the 12 provinces.
Yeah. Right here. North Holland, South Holland. This used to actually be all together. It used to all be Holland. It became too powerful of a province because in the voting system and stuff like that, they each province has like so much weight
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, right? Well, there was I think if I'm wrong, clarify me, guys, for sure. But
Anthony's knocking on the door.
you got 2 provinces now because they was too powerful, so they split them up: North Holland, South Holland. You know what I mean? We'll get him in a minute after this.
Is a part of the Netherlands. It's actually 2 of the 12
Providences.
Fuck. Of the 12 provinces. Also, to be really honest, Some of this confusion feels self-inflicted since the official website of the country is holland.com. Yeah, that's confusing, right?
That is confusing. Also, when you fly
is,
KLM, a lot
isn't
of the times they'll say that you're landing in Holland or that we're in Holland.
We're entering Holland.
Yeah, why don't they-
airspace.
I don't think they announced that.
Why don't they just be more specific about it then? They got the, you know what I mean? Like the country, the national website for the country is holland.org or holland. Whatever it said, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hold on, little guy. We'll be done soon.
And now we're entering Dutch airspace.
Then you can put your clogs back on.
Yeah.
All right, so
I
here's a
have
fun
clogs.
one. In the Netherlands, everyone smokes weed or marijuana, cannabis, and it's 100% legal in the country. But that's actually not true at all. It is technically against the law to sell or possess any drugs in the Netherlands, but there's this thing called a toleration policy for what are called soft drugs. Basically, this allows the possession of up to 5 grams without prosecution. This also is the same policy that allows coffee shops to operate within the Netherlands. And if you're not familiar with coffee shops, they don't actually sell coffee. It's a
not
place
bad.
you go to buy and smoke weed. They're extremely popular in Amsterdam, mainly for tourists, but just to emphasize weed.
So I didn't know that they could only have 8 grams.
I didn't know that either.
In Michigan, which is like right above us, like they could have 6 plants, 6 to 8 or something, like whole
Well-
plants, and then like
It became fully legal up in Michigan though.
yeah.
It's not technically legal over there though. They just tolerate it up to a certain level, I guess. Which I didn't know that was a thing, like with the limit or whatever, like
Mhm.
8 grams or whatever
Yeah,
it
I
said.
don't- I mean that's an 8, yeah. 8. Or no,
It'd be 3.5.
yeah.
Or at least here. Anyways, you like that cat, don't you? The neon cat.
It's cool.
I seen you. I felt like I seen you scoping it out.
Weed is not actually legal in the Netherlands. Interestingly, I mean, there are coffee shops here in Rotterdam.
Yeah,
There's just like a
There's, like,
fraction of the amount that there are in Amsterdam.
Yeah, and there's like 300.
Yeah,
in
and I don't
Amsterdam.
think, I mean, I'm sure some people that live here go to it, but it's really not something that I believe it's not frequented by locals. It's mostly.
Sorry, told you. I got clogs, guys. If you haven't seen the video,
Check it out.
these were sent to me from Amsterdam actually. So you can see the triple X thing actually. Pretty sweet.
frequented by tourists.
I'm gonna sit
I
back a second,
think, I
please.
mean, I'm sure some people that live here go to it, but it's really not something that I believe it's not frequented by locals. It's mostly frequented by tourists.
If you're a local and you go to a coffee
Well,
shop,
no. It's illegal. Don't do that. It is technically illegal.
and naturally,
it is more
the next
touristy though,
one
like you're saying.
Is
Prostitution.
is everywhere in the Netherlands. We're supposed to say that together. People think it's in your face, and every city here has like this seedy red light district with half-naked women in the windows. This is not true. In fact, I think some people might be surprised to learn that prostitution was actually only legalized in the Netherlands in 2000, which is kind of recently.
Amsterdam,
Really?
the world's ultimate.
I thought it was before that. I thought it's just been like that for a while.
I remember, hearing about that long time ago. Yeah.
Unless maybe it was just right at around 2000 when we heard. I mean, that was a long time ago, right? I mean, that was 23 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about, but
Red
Yeah.
light city.
It's the city where this type of window shopping for sex workers really exists.
Window
Now, that doesn't
shopping.
mean that sex workers don't hold jobs in other cities in the Netherlands. They definitely do. However, they typically operate in more of like an escort type service role. And if you're in other cities, you might even see ads for these. Like I know in Rotterdam, there's a few ads for escort services, especially like in the city center
it's
area.
crazy.
And again, it's legal and it's a regulated industry here. Sex work is considered a regular job where you pay taxes and you can even receive unemployment benefits.
That's
All right,
crazy.
finally, the biggest misconception, or at least the one we heard most commonly, is that here in the Netherlands, healthcare is completely free. I wish it was.
It's not.
Yeah, me too.
I think this is a huge misconception.
Oh.
Is it not?
What?
Or well, I mean, I think it depends on who you are, and you have to be a citizen and stuff, right? You can't just like go live. Like we couldn't just go move there and then get free healthcare immediately. We would have. I think we'd have to be citizens or something.
I mean,
know.
as long as you're working, I would imagine they do.
If you're, yeah. But
I
I
don't know.
think they're talking about the universal. Like even if you're not, like you would just kind of like just get it kind of thing, like what we have here, like the welfare or whatever. But I don't think that would apply to just anybody, though. I don't know. I mean, we're gonna find out. But yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got this hair. Like, this random hair, guys. It's just like sticking out of my beard.
It's completely free.
Real
I wish it
reactions.
Yeah, me too.
I think this is a huge misconception that Americans have about the Netherlands. I would say that the average American would likely think that everyone in the Netherlands just happens to have free universal healthcare. But the reality
Not
is,
really
that it's not free for the average person. Don't get me wrong, healthcare in the Netherlands is much, much less expensive than it was in the United States, but it's not free. There are actually very few European countries where health insurance is completely free for the average person. That was actually
I think what it is because because here you get your check and everything, right? And then you have to like there's the option of the healthcare, and then they take X amount of money out of your check for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this and that. I think over there, it's all included. So like you are paying for it, but I think it's took out kind of like the taxes to where you don't think about it. You're like, okay, this is what I get on my check. This is what I take home.
Oh, but it shows on
Kind
the
of thing.
pay stub like how much you've given
Oh, yeah.
in taxes in it. It's sad.
Right. Oh yeah. It breaks it down and
Yeah.
But I think that's why people think that. You know what I mean?
actually, honestly, the biggest shocking thing. Not like I came here with the expectation, like, oh, I'm never going to pay for healthcare again. But in reality, there
Figured
really
it
aren't
out.
that many countries, as I mentioned, that actually have free healthcare. Now, in the Netherlands, there are ways that you can get your healthcare discounted even further through social programs than what we have, based on like your income or I think age. But
Hey, little guy. Sorry, guys. Our kid just came in the room. I'll skip it back a second so we know what he's talking about. We'll be done in just a minute. Hey, little guy.
social programs than what we have, based on like your income or I think age. But for us, we pay full price, and it's a fourth of what we were paying in the United States, and that's not even touching on the
A fourth.
deductible, or what's called your
Wow.
like,
Eigen risico.
which is also significantly lower in the United States. So again, way, 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 way cheaper in the Netherlands compared to the United States. Just not free.
And that's it. That's our complete list of
So, and also for ours, if the company offers insurance, you have to take it
Over
So-
here or over there?
over here.
Oh, yeah, because if you don't, that's like your option, right? Like, unless you want to go through because you can go through insurance companies directly, but it's even more
It's like,
expensive. Yeah.
Pay it or don't have insurance.
So if you want a halfway decent price for not the worldly price, but like for us,
and at Pretzels,
you take what
it's
they
like,
offer. Yeah.
They were saying like every check and they get paid weekly. They take out
Sorry, we got a little distraction running around over here. I'm gonna hit play on
cut
this.
this.
of misconceptions Americans have about the Netherlands. Overall, it's been a really interesting experience living here and hearing the
It's a snack,
reactions and questions from other Americans when we tell them where we live.
Reactions.
Next, we'd like to put together a video about the misconceptions that Dutch people have about the United States. Let us know in the comments, what would you like to see us cover in that video? What are some stereotypes about the
definitely wanna
US
see
or the
that.
Americans that you all have? And I guess before you write that comment, please be nice.
As always, we appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Oh.
That's awesome. So that was a good video, guys.
Yeah.
What do you think? I liked it. I want to check out some more of their stuff.
Yeah,
actually.
definitely. That's funny.
So I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe. You guys should subscribe to their channel too.
For
So
sure.
again, it's called Buncharted. There will be a link in the description section down below. I'm gonna hit like on that too. Check out her channel, American Girl Reacts. We'll have a link down below for that too.
Yeah.
Anything else you wanna?
No.
No. Well, you guys have a super fun, awesome day, and
Bye, guys.
yeah, have a great one.